Hello everyone, welcome, namaste, in house or live on the Zoom. If you have any questions, please do unmute and ask, or you can send messages on the YouTube in the conversation. Also, you can always send messages through any other mode of communication. And I have a couple of questions. First of all, people who celebrate the Tamil New Year or Tamil community, I wish Happy New Year to them. Also, people who celebrate Easter, please have a good restful time. I have somebody asked recently a couple of questions about training program. Can I recommend some training program for person? It's very difficult to recommend other people's training program because I have not been participated in the program or have trained with them. So the best advice, please go and try. Priyanka sent, I think Priyanka Chauhan from Delhi. I'm looking for a yoga teaching course. I am from Delhi, but never did any exercises. Do I go with a course or choose something else to fill? I'm very probably looking for developing the career in health practices and have not practiced yoga, Priyanka Chauhan, and you want to become a yoga course, yoga teacher training course. Personally, if I was me in your place, I will start doing the practice to make some physical contact with the body and understand how your body respond or react. Do you like the practicing or not like practicing? Yoga course, if you have not done and you start learning only to teach, you have to first fall in love with the yoga and understand the yogic life and the principles of yoga. Then many teachers and majority of people become teachers and they choose the career in a yoga path and they leads them to a disappointment sometime because you are not in love with yoga, you are in love with the career, and then say yoga is not actually benefiting me. Yoga only can benefit when you build a healthier relationship with yoga, when you understand the principles of yoga and implement the principles of yoga in your life and start living the ethos of yoga. If merely yoga is an exercise of movement for you, still even on that level, you must love the movement, you must love the exercise. It is a physical level, but you must engage with it. And learning to teach, I would not recommend it. I would recommend learn to live yoga, learn to breathe yoga, learn to apply the yogic principles in your life so you can transform your own self. Once yourself is transformed, then you have an understanding of yoga, and that yoga naturally will flow through your body. If you only just learn to teach and not fully align with yoga, sometimes it can be seen as a hypocrite. It can also be seen by many other people or even by yourself. Soon and later, the yoga does not work because many principles in yoga you may have misalignment of the body because you have only learned to teach, not really understood yoga. In 200 hours or 300 hours, you can never become a teacher. You can learn to practice, you can learn to grow on the path of yoga, you can learn to walk on the path of yoga, but in order to become a teacher in 200, 300 or 500 hours, there are many people I have trained, but they join for 200, 300 hours. It sometimes turns out to be a lifetime learning, or maybe at least a 1 year of practice, not in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Many of my students who have trained to become a teacher, they join in and they walk out sometimes with frustration because they only allocate to become a teacher 200 hours and they want to become an expert and to teach. But some of them have complained, but I only allocated 200 hours. But it is a responsibility to work to your own self. And once you become a teacher, it's a responsibility towards to doing justice to the name of yoga and other people's health when they come to practice yoga with you. So it's not just learning to teach how to move in and out of the posture. It creates more injuries in the body. Subtle injuries, physical injuries. You have to understand the metaphysics of the body. You have to understand the functionality of your anatomy, physiology, and the bioenergy of the body. How your mood works, how your senses work, and what impacts it has, and the coordination of movement, and adapting with as per individual requirement. So many things you have to be mindful. And it is not just 200, 300 hours. If you are learning to teach Priyanka, I saw some of the suggestions you sent from the yoga capital of India, which is Rishikesh. I watched and I observed those teachers. Economically might be sound very viable to go there, but I can see how the teacher is teaching, how the students were participating. I wasn't very impressed, but it's a very individual need. With also very individual relationship to yoga, and maybe they understand yoga very differently. So please make your own conclusion. I can't be responsible to giving you guidance to the other teachers and the training institution who I have not trained to become a teacher or have not participated through them. So it's very difficult. I can't advise you on that. but I can give you guidance how to choose a institute or a teacher who can teach you. Observe their alignment when they are practicing. Observe their lifestyle. Observe their practice and their instruction capacity when they're instructing in the class. Is it aligned, misaligned? What is the emphasis? Is it only movement of how the breath coordinations? Many other things you have to bring into consideration if you want to become a teacher. So, as you have not practiced yoga or any exercise before, I will recommend you to go to their classes if it's suitable for you. Or if you like in a further in depth, come and join online classes through the Yogi Gurukul, or come to South India later end of this year. You can train if you're looking for a precise training. Please do find, but make sure you are very conscious to walk on that path. Look after your own decision and choices. Yeah, I have one question just came live through the practice. I want to ask about when we are stagnant in life, what can help to shift the things? The question asked by Maria Gornay. Maria, first of all, is observation. Which emotion or what mind or mental blockage is making you feel stagnant? It is nobody is physically stagnant. It's mainly is energetic or is related to certain emotions that creating a block on your creativity or moving forward. Is it being stagnant become an identity or a reason that you can always bring to the table when you're talking? Is it become your level of communication or self-identity or the relatability to other people? The first part I will recommend is to observe. If any unhealthy consumption that keeping your mind foggy, keeping your clarity foggy, you can also will not have the ability to see straight. That can also lead being lazy or stagnant. Personally, my advice on that being stagnant in life is observation. Do you feel stagnant physically or you don't have enough oomph or enthusiasm or motivation to do something? Is it an emotional reason that have led you to that circumstances? What is it related? Observe it. Don't try to dwell in it or analyze too much. If you practice yoga already once a week, make sure you do it every day. Make it physical purification that can lead to a energetic and emotional purification. So start doing physical exercise every day. Start doing asana. Even you have no desire to go on the mat. You have no enthusiasm or capacity to go and practice. Force yourself in beginning stage. Make a conscious effort to go and practice. Do an hour, 1.5 hours, maybe half hour every day. If you have a bad lifestyle that does not seems to be healthier lifestyle, choose a healthier diet, healthier sleeping pattern, practice some breathing exercise. If you do not know any breathing exercise, go for a good long walk in nature, but keep your mouth closed. Breathe only through your nostril. Only breathing through your nostril, to the both nostril, keeping your mouth closed. Go for a long walk. When you come back, I'm not saying running. I'm suggesting a long, conscious, mindful walk. There is a difference when you go for running, jogging, or brisk walking. I'm asking a very conscious, not lazy walk, conscious, mindful walking. Come back, do some asanas. If you do not know any asanas, do some physical exercise, but make sure you do it consciously in every day. You do it for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, see the difference it makes. Whenever the thought that comes up that holds you back, write it down, and the next day when it comes up, write it down, and don't dwell in it. Whenever you feel lazy, whenever your mind likes to hold you back, I will suggest to find one good reason. One good reason when you're feeling stagnant, either not to move or not to do or demotivated. The one good reason why should you do it? Because you want to be healthy. You want to be happy. You want to be attentive to your own body, to your mind, to your circumstances. You want to improve them. That is a good enough reason. So physical purification is very important. That will help your guts, your stomach. If you are not already vegetarian, I will highly recommend not to eat meat product, but don't go excess on it. Always find a balanced diet. Balanced diet does not mean that you have to have certain amount of meat. There is many other substances you can consume. So go for healthier plant-based diet or vegetarian diet that will maintain healthier metabolism to the exercise. Your stomach is healthy, your head is healthy. If your stomach is the main reason holding on to the most of emotions, when your stomach is cramped, is holding every emotion as can, that have effect on your head and have effect on your thinking. So diet will play a major role, exercise will play a major role, and the good healthier walk will play a major role. And then sit down for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, a self-contemplation, not self-judgment, self-observation. So there are few things. It requires an investment of time. It requires a conscious, decisive nature and the desire that you want to transform. Not talk about it, but you have a very eager and conscious desire that you want to transform. There's many ingredients put together can help you. But medication, some people think, is the magic pill you take once and you are completely free. There are several things. I was recently talking, they were finding some mushroom substance which actually help people from depression. They are also finding some other herbs. Again, it's plant-based. I'm not talking about drugs. Don't start. If you think taking the intoxicating substance to uplift the mood is not very helpful, because it creates a spike of happiness and then you go back down again. So I will choose or suggest to build in the natural metabolism and healthier relationship to your mind and nervous system to grow. I have a little same person, Maria Gurnal, asking, yes, it is moving forward and feeling stagnant in my body. Something is blocked. Not enough energy, motivation, a feeling of when is it my turn? Right now is your turn. Is your decisive nature. Your decisive nature, a turn is not going to be happen in the future. It happens when you make a conscious decision. When you choose that it is the right time for me and I'm taking that oath to myself to grow or transform or move forward. So you continue taking your medication if you need to, but please bring a bit more healthier approach. Start doing some exercise and practice yoga every day. Adopt a healthier diet. And once you practice yoga, it cleans the energetic or physical block in your body. Again, when you're practicing yoga, make sure your mind, your mood during the practice is not focused on fixing the problem, but is more attentive and conscious and mindful that you want to enjoy the practice. When you only focus to fixing the problem, you are contributing to it. For a moment, at least when you're practicing yogasana, try to enjoy the practice. Allow the energy to flow through it. That will help. I have some more question. For Sangha. One more question I have is asked, what is the correct way to do a back bend so that lower back don't get hurt? One question that asked by Pallavi. Low back is represent a one's insecurity in life, a representation of your second chakra and base chakra. Energy of second chakra and base chakra either related to the insecurity, grounding, creativity, sexuality, reproductivity, any of those emotions that you have suppressed, compressed, constantly in your life, you're holding it back, or you are not connected to any of those emotions or capacity that you have inside you, can lead one way to a back problem. Financial insecurity, which is majority of the people have, that can also lead to a lower back problem. But nowadays, COVID also can have back problems. Your constipation can also lead to a lower back pain. Constipation is not just only physical. One day, once a month, or a few days a month, even you feeling constipation due to the stress, not regularly, just due to the stress, that can trigger your lower back pain. Healthy, clean bowel movement. Back bend is not just a back bend that is affecting your second chakra, base chakra, solar plexus, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, entire endocrine system get affected. And if you are stressed, have anxiety and hypermobility, and doing back bend is not just arriving or throwing yourself into a posture. It's a conscious movement going into a back bend, if you're looking from asana point of view. Adapt clean bowel movement. Start drinking more water if you're practicing yoga asana. Stop drinking alcohol. Any substance that can create a strain to your kidneys, avoid it. Any substance that can create a constipation, avoid it. I have seen many yoga teachers, they love pizza, pasta. I understand that you like to, especially in the modern day yogic lifestyle, because easier and faster to eat, because you want to appear to be a global. But remember, yogic lifestyle but depend on khichdi, that food that easily digestible, or your steamed vegetables that easily digestible, not with a very fine ground flour that stick to your guts and stay inside the body for a very long time. So if you're practicing yoga asana, make sure you have done a bowel movement before you go to yoga practice. I've seen people roll out of the bed, they go to yoga practice first. Make sure your system is clean. You are worshipping your body. When you go to any prayer, you always make sure that you are clean. You dress up really nicely. Your whole body is clean, mentally clean, physically clean. When you arrive to yoga mat, do not practice yoga when you are stressed. If you are stressed, anxious, and your stomach is full, by after eating the food, will create a indigestion. I've seen people eating food and arriving to yoga practice. Not healthy for you. and you have not done a bowel movement practicing yoga, and you're so desperate, you're constipated, forcing yourself into yoga practice can also affect it. Other part, when you're doing the yoga asana, I have noticed nowadays only focus on the forward bends. That is also very dangerous because your body need to move systematically, not just only forward, hip bend, hip opening, back bend, forward bend. This is a strenuous to your system. If your practice is imbalanced, that can also lead to a lower back pain. If you are stiff and practicing, you want to achieve back bend really fast, or you've been a dancer, and when you are dancing, your body moves are slightly different in comparison to yoga. So pay more attention to anatomical alignment of your body. Support your body when you're doing back bend. You can also find a little bolster at your hip flexor or rolled up blanket at your hip flexor when you do. I'm giving you an example of cobra posture there. You can use it or do assisted practice of back bend can be very helpful. Always examine your feet. I've seen people when they do the wheel posture, they turn the toes completely outside and then they go into a wheel posture. The whole weight goes into a lumbar part of the spine and your L4 and L5. And then you try to do a wheel posture and you come out of it, you have a back pain. Examine your feet. When people do cobra posture, they lock their elbows and put in so much force as possible and they want to break their back. Remember, back bend is never done with your spine. In a back bend, you should always use your abdominal, core strength, your arm. Your back muscles should be very relaxed. Your back muscles should be relaxed. Engaging the Mula Bandha. When you talk about Mula Bandha, they tense their butt cheeks really tight. They use upper part of the buttocks that creates a spasm into your lower back. That is also not very healthy. So there are many refined ways you can practice back bend. I've been practicing yoga for a very long time. I have never had any problem with my back. Because when you're practicing, you have to not fight with your body. Yoga asana gives you accessibility, awareness of your body limitation of movement, understanding of your body limitation, your mental relationship with the body. That what the unity of mind and body is. Understanding how far your body can move, not forcing it, allowing your body to move with the help of the breath and the mind. But nowadays, yoga is like a fighting with the body. Your mind is fighting with your body. That's not yoga. Because you want to achieve as fast as possible. Yoga is not about achievement. Yoga teaches us santosa. Santosa is acknowledgement of one's capacity, understanding of one's own capacity, mental as well as physical. Once you build that, your channels in your body start opening. Your channels in your body, the energy in your body, and your physical as well as mental and subtle energy will only open when you build a santosa, when you build a contentment, acknowledgement of your own self and capacity. But when you're fighting your mind and body And the energy inside the body goes in a defense mode. They don't see it. You are fighting or somebody else fighting. It's the same emotion your body has to react. So change your approach to yoga will also be very helpful. I have one more question. I can't do meditation. MIT Sati. I cannot do meditation, but when I do balancing asana with eyes closed, I feel good. Why so? Meditation is also done in asana with eyes closed. You are meditating. Even you're doing the asana with eyes closed, you are meditating. All you need to do, prolong that asana, hold it a bit more longer. So do savasana with eyes closed. But make sure you stay with the body. Any posture you are doing, either is a warrior, triangle, cobra, fold, bend, child posture, savasana, any posture, if you are only practicing being contained in that posture, not feeling less or desiring for more, totally contained, and acknowledging and witnessing that contentment being in the posture with the body, with eyes closed, with no judgment to it. You are already in a meditative state. You are practicing mindfulness, early stage of meditation. So try practicing that in savasana. That will be excellent. Or any posture, but extended period of time. I have last question. What is chakra? What does it mean by alignment of chakras? Chakras are the subtle energy pool, the vortex of energy in your body. Or you can call it locus in your body. Or you can call it plane of existence of your consciousness. Or the place or the source of energy for certain emotions, certain elements, governing the different part of your endocrine system, governing the different element of Panch Mahabhutas in your body, governing the different values in your body. If any imbalance of that vayu dose or any imbalance in that elementary existence of your body is caused by the imbalance of the energy in that chakra region. Once the chakras are aligned to perfect proportion of the energetic flow or perfect proportion of the energetic vibration, that is an alignment of chakras. And how to align them, how to channel or harness that energy. Remember, you have an infinite source of energy in your body. You eat food, you are taking the Panch Mahabhutas, your 5 element in a gross substance that get processed by your anatomy and physiology to convert into energy. That energy turns into the prana, the 5 pranas of your body. Those 5 pranas are related to your astral body and energy of the chakras. But that is very little amount. But once you connect with the meditation or through the prana kriya yoga or Himalayan Hatha yoga or any meditation form, you are working with the chakra energy, aligning the chakra energy, or clearing the samskaras, clearing the blockages within your body, that can lead to the vibrant or stimulation of the chakras. Once it leads to the stimulation of the chakras, means you are tapping the vortex, the portal of that energy exists within your subtle body. So you're relying on the food, on the external resource of top up of that energy becomes less and less. Alignment of chakras happen through meditation, through yogic practices. There are many other ways I can describe what chakra is, but I believe that is enough for today. If you have any more questions, Pallavi, please do ask. Pranam. Thank you, everyone. And see you very soon, next week, hopefully. If you have any question, please reach out and ask